everyone, Joshua Myers here, and today I'm going to be reviewing Aquaman from 2018.
Hey buddy, you that fish boy from the TV? It's Fish Man.
My son, you could unite our worlds one day. The land and the sea.
I'm not a king.
The world needs something more. A hero.
Aquaman. Rated PG-13. See the extended video on YouTube now.
Aquaman stars Jason Momoa, Amber Heard, Willem Dafoe, Patrick Wilson, and it's directed by James Wan. The plot of Aquaman that it is the story of the half-human, half-Atlantean Arthur Curry, and this story takes him on the journey of his lifetime, one that will not only force him to face who he really is, but discovers if he's worthy of who he was born to be, a king. What are my positives with Aquaman? Honestly, for me, I will say this, it is a hell of a fun movie. And I've seen a few of the DC Cinematic Universe movies, and this one's probably the most fun out of them that I've seen. Knowing that the visuals effects and everything, like the visual effects, the cinematography, everything is just beautiful, actually. Like, the lighting and everything, like, even me and Harrison watching, well, even me and my brother watching it on his, crappy TV, I mean, it's not too crappy, but it's not like my TV, like, it looked damn impressive. Like, it looked good on his TV. His TV's kind of a crappy one as far as a, like, old kind of crappy one. And, yeah, it looked amazing, actually. Like, I liked everything from, like, just, even, like, the effects. I thought the effects were done pretty well. I thought, just, even the lighting and cinematography, like, the colors popped. They really did. Like, the colors in that were, like, wow. And while watching this, I was like, man, well, like, imagine what it would be like to sit here on a big 4K TV watching this on 4K Blu-ray with a 4K player. Like, it would look even better, I think. And throughout the film, it just kept on getting better and better. And I really liked how they, speaking of cinematography, I really liked how they lit the underwater segments. Like, seriously. And even during nighttime shots, it looks fucking good. Like, it's not too dark to where you can't see a fuck. But at the same time, too, it's not, like, too light to where you can't tell it's nighttime. Also, I love the designs in this movie. I really do. And, like, from the designs of Atlantis and some of the technology designs. Also, from creature designs, too. Like, that stuff was really cool. And also, most of the acting I thought was pretty good. And the one aspect I did love about this was Jason Momoa as Aquaman. He kicked ass in this movie, I gotta admit. Like, seriously, even my brother who was watching this movie with me, he was like, you know, before, like, when he first heard news that they were going to do an Aquaman movie, he was like, oh great, this is going to be a fucking disaster. Complete and total embarrassment. And watching it just the other day, we were like, and I was kind of like that too. Because at the time, Aquaman was seen as more of a joke. And I agree. I agree with him. I thought this was going to be a fucking joke. Maybe even worse than a fucking joke. Knowing the DC Cinematic Universe. And I'm like, we were both, like, greatly surprised by this movie. Like, we really loved Aquaman. I know that like, we didn't actually, like, if you were to tell me, like, if you were to tell both of us that, you know, there would be an Aquaman movie and Aquaman would be badass and everything, I would be like, you on crack? Because you sure seems to be on crack. I would have been like that. No, but they did it. They made Aquaman a badass. And in fact, they do bring in that classic suit, which honestly you would think would look stupid. But they actually make that look cool and awesome. And knowing that, I also like, as far as cinematography goes, I also like just how James Wan was able to move the camera. Like, there was a lot of moments I couldn't tell that James Wan directed this, but there were certain moments in the film I'm like, yep, that's James Wan. Because like, there's some techniques I recognize from what he did with Saw and some of his other work. Knowing that, I do like the pacing of this movie. It's like, to me at least, it didn't feel like we were watching a 2.5 hour movie. Like, for the most part, I will say the pacing kind of starts to get a bit, in certain points. I'll discuss that in my negatives. Also, I thought the music was pretty good. To be fair, I thought the music was a bit generic, but pretty good, especially considering DC Cinematic Universe standards. What are my negatives with this movie? Honestly, these aren't technically negatives. I would say they're more like, I don't know, like, stuff that I feel like could have been removed, or stuff, like, I don't know, like, or things that they could have done differently to increase the sheer awesomeness of this movie. Like, for example, like I said in my positives, the pacing could be a bit at times, especially near the latter half, actually. And, yeah, it kind of seems to slow down a bit too much. Which, I don't mind if the pace is slowed down, actually. Especially enough time to get character development and everything. And, with me giving a day to process this movie, I have some stuff I didn't really care for. For one, I will say, honestly, like, some of the performance, while being good, was kind of forgettable, actually. Like, I mean, I will say it was a surprise to see, like, actors like Willem Dafoe in there, and so I had no idea he was in this movie. This is probably, like, my third Willem Dafoe movie I've seen. And I think Willem Dafoe's a great actor. I really do. I think my favorite of his is probably him in John Wick. The first John Wick movie. And knowing that some of the characters are kind of forgettable. Like I just kind of had to take a while to remember certain characters. Like, for example, Aquaman's love interest in this movie. To me, I will admit, that did seem rather forced. It's almost like the writers seemed like they needed to have a love interest for Aquaman. So it's like it just felt, but they didn't really want to take the time and effort to really build up their chemistry or anything, at least in a natural way. So they were just like, so they just kind of like, basically, it's like, they go through these certain events, try to make you think they have chemistry when really they do not, and it's like, bada boom, they're in love. So, I probably would have worked on that a lot differently, and honestly, that's it for negatives, really. Honestly, this is still an awesome movie. Although, if you were to ask me what was my rating when I first saw it, just literally after watching it last night, I would have said a 5 out of 5 stars. But now, having a day to process it and that, I think I have my final rating. And with that said, I'm going to give Aquaman a 4.5 out of 5 stars. Honestly, there are some problems I did notice with it after a day of processing the film in my mind, but it is a fucking awesome movie. I had a lot of fun with it. For me, it's like, if you make a movie fun and entertaining, that's at the least I want. And this movie does that. And it sure, actually, it still surprised the hell out of me. I didn't thought this movie would be of any worth. And it was. I think this is a great step in the right, this is, a great, I think this is the right step, I think this is a great step in the right direction for the DC Cinematic Universe. If they do more films like this, now, here's the thing, I haven't seen all the DC Cinematic Universe films. I've only seen Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, Suicide Squad, and this. I have not seen the others. I have not seen Wonder Woman, Shazam, which I'm thinking about seeing those. My brother actually does have both of those other movies, so, and I'll probably review those too. And I heard Shazam and Wonder Woman were pretty good. Oh, and I haven't seen Justice League. I haven't seen that either. So that's it for this review. Thank you guys for watching, and see you next time.